Hi everyone, this is Corey the Youper Linen Lady coming at you with another What Sold video. This will be for the end of February and the first few days of March 2025. And the winter up here, I live in the north and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so very north. We just had this huge blizzard last week where no one could really drive anywhere for about 2 days. So sometimes sourcing isn't the greatest during the winter. There's absolutely no yard sales or garage sales, of course. Estate sales tend not to happen so much on the winter months, as well as online auctions that are near me that I can drive to. And since my online auctions are usually about 2 hours away, I'm a little bit hesitant to bid on them just because I don't want to drive 4 hours in very bad weather that could be whiteout conditions. So, winter is a little bit more difficult. And what I have done throughout the years is that I make sure I do have a dead pile. These items are the ones I list during this time of year. I also look at my thrift stores more often. And those are a little bit slow too because people are not doing their spring cleaning yet. They're not cleaning out their houses and taking things to the thrift stores. But there are a few surprises. So, all right, let's get into it and see what I sold. So this first one is really no surprise since Easter's right around the corner. This is a Pottery Barn Easter Bunny table runner. And now this was pretty big. 108 inches by 18. And it sold. I had a 15% off sale on my entire store. I just wanted to get rid of some inventory. This sold for $28.89. I bought this for $3 at my local St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. And I net, after my fees and shipping, $24.08. I had this cute table runner for 6 weeks. Now this next one was a yard sale find. I bought this, I think I think it was July, where I went to this yard sale. They had a bunch of unicorns, different statuettes. This one is a unicorn figure. It's a Franklin Mint. I have a little bit of a cold, so excuse me if I didn't say that correctly. David Cornell. I had a best offer of $26. I accepted it. Like I said, I only paid $2. My net profit was $21.59, and I had this for 7 months. But yeah, I will buy a lot of fantasy type items, fantasy statuettes, little pewter figurines. There is a niche and want for these items. However, they are not fast sellers unless they are special. Now, here is a mistake I want to share with you. And I know I've talked about this before when I sell and ship dinnerware. So I had these Temptations Old World Vivid Orange bowls. I had 2 lots of 4, so 8 in all. One buyer bought both sets at the same time. Okay, and so I had a sale going on where it was 15% off. And so they bought 8 bowls for $45.88. Okay. And then something happened with the shipping. I miscalculated that. So I believe they paid like $15 in shipping, but it was actually $25 to ship. So I lost some shipping there, everybody. Always double check your shipping when it comes to dishware like this, because if you are off, then you will pay more, and there goes your profit. So my net profit on this, on all 8 bowls, was only $12.38. I did pay $13.25 for all 8 bowls, which isn't a terrible price, cost of goods sold. But yeah, the $12.38 is not what I want to see when I have to wrap these, package these very carefully, so be careful of that. I had these for 4 months. Here is a men's polo ruffler in lamb's wool sweater. It's Italian yarn, dark green. Now, I don't know why this did not sell right away. I don't know if it maybe was the pictures. This sold for $29.75 on a 15% off sale. I bought this at my local Goodwill for $4.24. My net profit was $24.73. Well, I had this sweater for 4 years. And this is why I don't get a lot of clothes anymore, because it's just a very, very slow process with them, even the good ones. So yeah, I'm not sure what I could have done differently with my keywords on this sweater. But I'm glad it sold, and I'm happy with my net profit on this because it was more than $20. Okay, this is a vintage EG Miss Charming doll, 18 inches. Now, I did get her. I won her from an online auction. And in the past, I have found antique dolls, and I've done very, very good with them. However, it is one of those niches where you have to be careful of the doll you are selling and the condition of this doll. So you can see that her wig had, the glue had come undone. You know, her wig was off. And she has a very cute face, right? But a little bit of damage and wear. And I made sure, now that's a blurry picture, but with these dolls, I really do make sure that I make sure I get a photograph of every flaw. But yeah, there's her poor hair, poor thing. And then there's just some clothes for her. And so I had her for 11 months. I had someone message me. We worked on the shipping together. I did offer this. I think she was listed at about $36. We agreed on $30.99. And she was, the buyer was going to restore this doll. So $30.99, and I paid $5.18 at this online auction for each item I listed, and my net profit was $19.67. But yeah, with these dolls, you just have to be very careful about their condition when you do list them, or else they will sit in your inventory. Now, my next item, I love selling ephemera, and I love finding just interesting ephemera. And I thought this was very cool. This is a 1939 Walt Disney's Travel Tykes, weekly number 15. So this was just something that Standard Oil was selling, and it just kept the kids busy on road trips, right? I believe I was at an estate sale, and I just picked up this stack of ephemera, like papers, brochures, little souvenirs, pictorial souvenirs of different places. And I forget how much the lot was. This I found very last when everything else was listed, so I just put my cost of goods was $0. This sold for $33.99, and my net profit was $28.59, and I had this for a year and a half. Now, this was a good find for my dinnerware. This was a very good find. This is Pier 1 Tranquil dinner plates, set of 4, green cherry blossom. Okay, I originally had them for $43.34. Well, they were on sale for that much. I did have them for $50. Someone gave me an offer of $35. I said, you know what? Yes, they've been sitting. I bought these plates for $1 each, so $4. My net profit was $29.19, and I had these plates for a year and a month, and the buyer was very, very pleased that they did not break during shipment, which, of course, the way I shipped them, I knew that they would not, and I took a picture there of a little flaw on one of the edges of the plates, and the plate still sold. So this was a very good dinnerware sale. Okay, my next item is this beautiful filet crochet tablecloth. It's ivory in color, has a cabbage rose pattern. I put heirloom on it. This did sell for $27.99. I bought this for $2 at my Goodwill, and see, it did have a little stain on it. And, so this was not perfect. It had, you can probably see a little bit of discoloration right there. But it was still very, very pretty. And I did say there's a few stains on the condition. So my net profit was $24.61. And I had these for this. I had this tablecloth. Wow, y'all, today I cannot talk. I'm just getting over a cold, so you have to excuse me if I'm stumbling my words. So I had this for 1 month. The next thing I want to show you is this vintage Art Deco paper doll figure with ribbon ruffles. I came upon this at an online auction. I won it. And so the cost of each item, I won this along with the EG doll. So this picture was $5.18. I took a best offer of $30. My net profit was $21.95, and I had this for 10 months in my inventory. But yeah, really very, very pretty. And just, yeah, the frame was in very good condition as well. Okay, here is a tapestry valance. Now, I love these just because I just love the aesthetic of these. I think they are great. This is a JCPenney tapestry valance. It's scalloped, black and red fruit harvest. I try to put all the keywords in. This sold for $20.99. I bought this at a thrift store in Green Bay for $2.32. My net profit was $17.25, and I had this for 7 months. Then I had these curtains. Now I had these curtains for a while, and I think just because they had flamingos on them, so a specific buyer would want these, just not anybody, right? Do you want flamingos in your living room? I don't know, but I thought these would look cute in a bedroom too. So these are Spree by Waverly curtain panels, brand new, pink flamingos. They were flocked polka dot polyester. I had an offer. I had 2 of these in stock, so 2 sets in, well, 1 panel each for each package in stock. I had a best offer of $40 for the 2. I bought these at a thrift store for $2 a piece, so $4 was my buy-in. My net profit was $33.70, and I did have these curtains for a year and a half. Now this next sale, what I did here, I tried something different. I went to an online auction in December, as you all know, because I know I talked about this. I think I did a few videos about it as well. So I came across this vintage nylon, this was a house coat, little robe house coat, right? So I had this, and then in another listing, I put the matching nightgown right here. And so one buyer bought them both, which I am very happy about that. I combined shipping for him, and the set of the robe and the nightgown went for $36.49. Now, my buy-in for each lot was $2.30 on this online auction, so it was $4.60 for both of these. And my net profit was $32.98. And I had these for 2 months. But I wanted to see because I have some listed right now, they're in a set, that they are just kind of sitting. These I listed apart, and the person still bought them together. So maybe I will go ahead and list them apart from now on and see if they sell that way more quickly. So anyway, my next item is this blazer. This is a woman's Ralph Lauren blazer jacket. You know, it has the gold buttons, it has the crest right here. And I took a best offer of $50. Now I did buy this at my local thrift store for $5.30. My net profit was $41.81, and I had this blazer for 5 months. And I really like the color of this tablecloth. It's such a nice, rich purple. I mean, look at that. That would look awesome in any dining room, I'm telling you. I received a best offer for this of $20. My buy-in price was $3.18. I bought this at a local thrift store. My net profit on this was $17.43, and I had this for 7 months. Then we have this Grace Pantry casserole baking dish with a lid. Now, I did take a best offer on this, and this is a really pretty casserole. Just has the flat lid, just really pretty, great condition, no flaws. I did take a best offer, like I said, of $23.85. I bought this at my local St. Vincent de Paul thrift store for $5.30. My net profit was $14.41, and I sold this in 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, could I have sold this for a little bit more? Probably if I had waited a little bit longer. I think I could have. And then, I don't know why this picture was all the way up there, but then I had these. I wanted to show you all this just because anything still sells on eBay. I mean, anything does. These are hand towels, everybody. Just your basic bathroom hand towels. I mean, they are embellished, right? They're the fancy hand towels. I found these at my local Salvation Army thrift store. I paid $3.18 for them. They sold for full asking price of $21.99. They sold in a week, and my net profit was $17.31. And I'll just to let you guys know, when I find towels like this, I do take them, but I make sure there's no threadbare spots, right? We want to make sure of that, and that there's no strings hanging, from the terry cloth there. There's no loose strings or anything that's unraveling. So you just want to be careful of that. But yeah, these were in really good condition, and they're just your basic hand towels, sold for $22. I mean, if I can sell hand towels and make a net profit of $17, that's awesome. I mean, I can't complain with that. It's great. So let's move on to Etsy. And I wanted to show you this first. This was actually a vintage Waverly Valance. It has white, just a pink, little floral cottage type pattern. This actually sold on a little bit of a discount. I think it was 15% off maybe, of $24.29. Now I did pay just $2.11 for this. Etsy has free shipping, so my net profit was $12.88, and I had this for 10 months. I'm a little bit, I could have maybe wanted my net profit to be about 15 for this, but that's okay. $12.88 is okay as well. That's fine. These are really easy to ship, easy to store. So if I make a little bit less on them sometimes, that's totally okay. And then we have this vintage square linen tablecloth with napkins. So this was a nice set, no stains at all. And, this would just fit like a smaller square card table. And it has the nice napkins that go with it. The napkins were just very crisp and unused. So, yeah, this sold for the full asking price of $36.99. I think I must have bought this at I think I got this from an online auction, because my cost of inventory was only $261. So I think that's where I got these. And my net profit was $24.72. I had this set for 5 months. Not too bad. Then we have this vintage Nils Olson mantle clock. Now it's wood. It has a hand heart quartz movement. And yeah, it's just a really pretty, the floral right there, a lot of people call that rose mailing. Just a really neat Swiss clock. It wasn't very big. Now, I had originally priced this at about $69 with free shipping, and it just kind of sat. Here is the tag. So this came from Sweden, and I needed to find a battery. However, it was, I believe, a European battery. It was just, would not, I could not fit a AAA or AA battery. It was a different type of battery. So I did disclose that in my description. Me and his buyer, we came up with a price of $47. I was happy with that. I bought this, I won this at an online auction. $5.18 was my buy-in. So my net profit on this wood clock was $30.62, and I had this 11 months, so it was time for it to go. So let's go to Poshmark now, everybody. And these cute curtains sold. They were just these handmade gingham and rose curtains, very country cottage, right? $25 these sold for. I bought these, I think, at a thrift store for $5.13. So my net profit was $14.87. I had these for 10 months. Then I sold these women's Lance and hiking boots. Now these sold for $36. And so I'm going to tell you all, I had these for 3 years. And I think it's just because Lands' End doesn't really have a good resale value. But years back, if I saw it, I would buy it. So that was a little lesson that I had to learn. And I actually bought these boots for $12.67, which I would not recommend doing. But when we're all kind of new, this was when I was just going into reselling full time, and I saw Lands' End. And I just didn't really look up the, the sell rate on these. So yeah, they sat. And my net profit was $16.13. So I mean, it's not terrible, but it could have been a lot better. And if I saw these for $12.67 now, I would not buy them at all. So it's just a learning process, something we all go through. And that's the best way to learn, I think. So last of all, I had one really good, decent Mercari sale. Of course, I'm showing you this on eBay because Mercari always puts like a strip across the picture. So I won this at an online auction. It's a vintage Brutalist necklace and earrings or shoe clip set. So because these were just kind of a clip, well, these were earrings. These were earrings right here. This, though, just fit over that chain, so it could have been a shoe clip. That's why I just put that there. It was a very interesting, see how the chain just goes in there? It was a very interesting set. So I put Brutalist, and I know that's probably what sold it, was just this is like a Brutalist modern type of jewelry. So anyway, someone in Mercari, they gave me an offer of $43. Now this includes free shipping. My cost of goods for the online auction was $2.61. So yeah, I profited $30.88 for this set, and I had this for 5 months. So that is it, everybody. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you all on the next video.